that's cute, and then there's a couple of people like, so right in the middle of a bridge game, we have a sudden panic, and I'm like, what's happened? Is somebody hurt? No, there's a mouse loose in the barn. So, but are you going?
I am going.
Okay.
Thank
So on your diamond transfer, you can do the same thing. So you can use that in between step. You bid 3 clubs. Let's say, nah, I don't like diamonds. And then if partner goes back to 3 diamonds, they just have that weak hand with the diamond suit, and they want to play there. Or you can do your super accept, so to speak, and bid 3 diamonds. If partner is weak, they're going to pass anyhow. If they have a slam try, they might do something. They might make a move towards slam. Or if they have a hand like we see right over there, only with a diamond suit instead of a club suit, and they say, okay, if you're super accepting, then I think we should be in 3 now. Then we can have the same type of thing happening. So it's actually kind of nice. You can do some things. You actually have the bidding space to express your opinion a little bit about how you feel about this minor suit.
Okay, you just say that over again. 1 note,
Right.
2 note, then 3 clubs is I don't like.
Yeah. So what I'm proposing is that you have when partner makes the minor suit transfer, there are 2 bids you can make that will not take you past 3 of your minor. The step in between or bidding the actual suit. And what I usually teach, since this is what I play with everybody, is that bidding the actual suit is your super accept. It's, yeah, I like it. Understanding that partner may pass you there anyhow, right? Partner may not care whether you like it or not. Like example hand number 1 on the handout there. If we have this auction and I bid 3 diamonds, see this hand, I think you have Queen 10, 6th of diamonds, but a really bad hand. Well, as a no trump bidder, I could be sitting there with Ace King of diamonds, right? And I'm gonna say I like it. And you're gonna look at your 3 points and say, yeah, it's nice that you like it. I don't care, we're not going again. We're still playing 3 diamonds. I'm just more confident that you'll make it, right? I mean, that's really the only difference there, so. Now, what is pretty standard, but may strike you as sort of weird, and definitely something that you would want to talk about with a partner, is if we do want to make a slam try, how do we do that? So, actually, we can use the hand that we had before. Which I think is something like this. I think that's what we had.
So that's our responder.
All right, so that, yes, so your responder, all right, so you hear your partner bet a no trump, and you start with your club transfer, and partner bids 3 clubs. Yeah, I like that. And what partner, and again, when partner bids 3 clubs, what they're saying is, if you're invitational, yeah, I would want to be in game. I would accept an invite. Or, if you are slamish, I would cooperate with your slam try. That's what your 3 clubs is saying. Okay. So, because when you have a long minor suit, you won't always, but often you will have a singleton somewhere, right? By virtue of the fact that you have a 6-card suit. We've now increased the likelihood that you have shortness somewhere. So the standard treatment is actually that your next bid proceeds along this path toward possible slam, and you show shortness. Because when partner bids 3 clubs, we've, at this point, we've agreed that if we play a slam, we'll play it in clubs, right? We've established that we have a good fit. So with this hand, you could do this. 3 diamonds. Rather than being a Q bid per se, rather than Q bidding, say, an ace, because we can sort that out later if we need to with key card or minor wood or whatever we're playing, right? And so this is something else about your hand. Like, okay, we're continuing on this path. Partner, I have diamond shortness. What do you think? Now the opener can evaluate their hand further. And what's good or what's bad? Opposite shortness? Well, you know, if opener has the ace, that's good. If opener has the king and queen, those are probably, they might be wasted cards, right? Not necessarily. I mean, opener could have ace and king of diamonds, and then maybe they need to pitch a loser in a major suit. It might still be useful. But it's just, again, we're just continuing to help the opener evaluate our slam prospects. Now, where does this get to be difficult? We can change this hand just a little bit. And I'll ask you, how do you want to bid this one? So this time I have given you 6-4. You have a 4-card spade suit along with your 6-card club suit. All right, partner opens a no trump. What is going to be your approach to bidding this hand? Do you have a decision to make? I mean, your thought might be, hey, I could transfer to clubs and show my 6 clubs, and then if I show my spades next, if that's your agreement, fine, but 3 spades cannot both be a spade suit on the side and a singleton wanting to make a slam trying clubs, right? You can't do both. So what do you do? I mean, 3 spades could be natural, by the way. I'm not telling you that it categorically must be a singleton, but that is the standard approach on our minor suits. Because what hand are you more likely to have if you're showing a long minor and you're interested in slam? You probably have a singleton on the side somewhere, and it very well might be in a major suit since your hand is minor suit oriented. I do think, again, especially if you're playing duplicate and with the premium on the majors, if you play slam in clubs, you might be fine. If you end up not going to slam, I don't want to play in clubs. You could lose out to the rest of the field by missing a spade fit, right? I mean, that could be a problem. Well, what are you supposed to do? Does anybody have a suggestion or a plan of attack with this hand when partner opens a no trump? What do you want to do?
I would try to find a 4-4 spade.
Okay, so we're on board with Stamen here, since you do have a 4-card major.
Yes.
All right, so we start with 2 clubs. If partner obliges us with a 2-spade call, we can now proceed down the path of, I think you're definitely interested in a spade slam. I hope you are.
Mm-hmm.
At that stage, I mean, other guy, could you show your shortness? Could you Q bid? What do you do? Do you just launch into key card? Maybe. If partner shows me 4 spades, your hand's probably good enough that as long as we're not missing 2 key cards, find out about the key cards, find out about the queen of spades, and that's probably all you need to know. If we're missing a couple of key cards or missing a key card in the queen, we probably don't bid the slam. All right. Now, what if partner doesn't oblige us? Since my partners seldom do. What if partner bids 2 diamonds or 2 hearts? Not showing you a spade fit. Now, 2 hearts in theory doesn't deny 4 spades as well, but all right. So what would you do after that? Is there any reason why you can't show your clubs? So one thing to keep in mind, Stamen or a transfer, and in that case we're talking about Jacoby transfer, but any of those 2-level bids. So Stamen or Jacoby transfer, followed by a new suit at the 3 level is 100% game forcing. And in this case shows a longer suit. So the only drawback to this bidding sequence is, so when opener bids hearts and you don't raise hearts, you don't have hearts. But you bid Stamen, so you should have 4 spades. And now you're bidding 3 clubs, so what's going on here? The answer is you have exactly 4 spades and you have longer clubs. That might only be a 5-card suit. And you're game forcing. Because opener cannot under any circumstance pass 3 clubs. If you had a hand that wanted to be passed in 3 clubs, you would have transferred to clubs the first time, right? So this is game forcing and may have slam interest. But you've got to probe, you may have to figure out if you have a good place to play your slam. Now the only drawback to this bidding sequence, which I think is the bidding sequence you have to have for this hand, is that partner doesn't necessarily know about the 6th club, because you've actually only promised 5 here. You've said that your clubs are longer than your major. But. So, and that's why I say, this isn't perfect, right? I mean, you could transfer to clubs, and then partner would know you had 6. So you could have a bidding sequence where you guarantee your 6-card minor, but then you risk missing your 4-4 major fit. So, this is a little tricky. This is the bidding sequence I prefer because I'm willing to give up on partner knowing for certain about the 6th club, because partner might cooperate with a slam trying clubs with just 3 of them. If partner even has, ace third, we still, and thinking that we're in an 8-card fit, we could still pursue a club slam potentially. So,
Did someone address 5 spades and 6 clubs?
So I think what I would do there is with 6-5. Certainly with a 5-card major, I'm going to use my Jacoby transfer first.
Okay.
So, like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So again, even though the clubs are longer, since I now have a 5-card major and there's an even greater likelihood that we have a spade fit, I don't want to neglect the spades. Now, opener bids 2 spades here. You can still show your clubs next. And remember, transfer followed by a new suit is 100% game forcing. So what does partner think you have here? Well, at this stage, they think you're 5-5. Very hard to convey 6-5. Now another club bid after this might suggest a 6 club, but at least the nice thing about this auction is that we're gonna find out right now whether or not partner likes spades, right? Because after we've made the transfer and then bid 3 clubs, we'll figure out, okay, do we have a spade fit? If partner doesn't bid 3 spades, then they only have a doubleton. Well, what does that mean for our clubs? We've probably guaranteed of a 9 or 10 card club suit, a fit in that case, probably, right? So now the auction could still be a little complicated. Partner might do something like bid 3 no, and now you have to bid 4 clubs, which is clearly a slam trying clubs, I think. Is it minor wood?
Is it
minor
is
wood?
it minor wood?
It probably should be. This is why I say sometimes an accident in minor wood can happen. Is 4 of a minor always minor wood? Well, almost always. Look, those are tough hands. But the one thing I can tell you is this: when you're 6-5, you virtually never want to play no trump. You want to play in one of your suits. And even with a hand like this, even if I'm reduced to I can't have the perfectly scientific auction, I would almost be willing to take a shot at just jumping to 6 clubs if partner doesn't show me a spade fit. And hopefully they're not cashing 2 quick tricks on us. And I realize you may not like the sound of it. There is room for you to be off 2 aces here. It's possible that the opponents have the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds, and the partner's no trump has just about everything else in the deck. But it's unlikely, but it's mathematically possible. Look, sometimes this happens. Sometimes you just gotta go with a, bid what you think you can make. The defense might not get off to the right lead. Why don't we go ahead and take a short break, since we are kind of midway point.